the average speed that gets you. It's the guy that's going really, really fast that's going to kill you. It's better to get hit by a car at 40K than at 50K. But as you know, you'd rather wait a year and let them get taken out. So
you'd rather wait a year and let them get taken out.
And I don't know that we don't need a study when all other communities are moving to 40K and 30K. Why is it that we need to do a study and make this as part of the master transportation plan and the official plan? And it makes no sense to me why we're not taking action now, just because, it'll fit in better. Well, you know what, when the great master plan comes, well, we'll see. And if you're gonna tell me, well, it's gonna cost money to replace the signs, well, so be it.
For us to say that, we're going, waiting too long or not doing this right. With respect to indicating that there's a problem, and if you review the report, we're seeing average speeds on the local residential roads are between 32 and 41 kilometers per hour. 85th percentile speeds are all below 50 kilometers per hour. We're not seeing accident trends that would indicate that there's a problems on the road. So again, we can't support this right now.
All these other communities in Ontario are doing this.
Unmute myself. Sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor. The only other thing I wanted to add is, again, I know there's commentary about every other municipality in Ontario is doing this. That is factually not the case.
So respectfully, I disagree. And I'd like to see some action. I'm tired of waiting. And if it costs $200,000, which I don't believe for a minute, then we pay the money.
$200,000? Sorry, can you explain to me, where's Brandon? Can you explain to me what that $200,000 includes?
We simply extrapolated those costs based on the different urban area between ours and Lincoln's, and that's how we came up with the 200. Again,
so you mentioned
sharpen our pencils and flesh out that cost. We certainly can. I would also caution council that, again, we have a heavy workload as staff. The start of this year, we knew this was going to be an aggressive work plan, and it was quite ambitious. For us to add to the work plan with additional work that wasn't included as part of our budget is simply, other items that we're working on are going to be run at risk of not being completed on time.
Because, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't see why we have to do a study to drop speed limits when we know that speed kills. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Sorry, just again to reaffirm that, again, the studies, that the results that we're seeing initially for these type of programs is a 1 kilometer speed reduction.
Councillor DiFlavio.
Thank you, Mayor. So I think staff has done an adequate job in explaining why this is premature. You know, if somebody was to present me with data that said there are legitimate safety concerns right now that need to be addressed, and I think that if there were, staff would have addressed them already. But if somebody was to present me, you know, here are accidents that are occurring, here's evidence of speeding, but instead we've gotten the opposite. We have clear data that says that there is no speeding. So I don't think that we should be even entertaining this. I don't think that we should be voting in favor of this. We have a public works committee that we put in place specifically to deal with public works issues. And now as a council, we're looking at saying, disregard what the committee that we put in place said, disregard what staff has said, disregard the fact that we want to have a comprehensive plan, and let's take this one item, move it to the front of the queue, and make it important. And I just have to disagree with it completely. So if this is something we want to do, it should be on the 2024 budget, and it should be budgeted for.
Many of our neighborhoods don't have sidewalks. They have parking along the street. It is not safe. We don't have the data of how many people get hit by cars in our town, how many accidents there are in the town. I don't think that's data that we're really collecting to see the effects of what's going on in our neighborhoods.
I'm going to have to vote no. I'm sorry.
That is lost. And again, we live in communities without sidewalks. You know, you can't compare them to communities that have sidewalks.
There are significant sidewalks on Roberts Road that are set back several feet from the roadway. Hyperbole is one thing, but it's important that we make our decisions based on facts. And there is accident data. It's not, the police keep accident data. Every time there's an accident, that location is recorded. And it's kept, and there's a record of it kept. I think that we need to make sure that when we make statements, that they're based on facts, that we're not just pulling ideas out, because there aren't people out there running people down. There's nobody being run down on Grimsby roads. And when we say things like that, it makes it sound like we live in this dangerous community.
Said it's better to get hit by a car at 40K than at 50K. But as you know, you'd rather wait a year and let them get taken out. So